In this lecture of the series where I'll show you how to build a voice AI agent that has access to your Gmail inbox, I'll show you the n8n AI agent and explain a few more anatomy structure of the nodes, what's an input, what's the properties, and what's the output, and how the workflows work together. So let's start doing that. I will go back to my workflow that we had from previous. I'll just save it as it is. Maybe we'll need to come back. I'll create a new one. So before we carry on with the AI agent, I would like to mention that a workflow, as we mentioned before, can be triggered, and that trigger can be a bunch of different things. Click, chat, and so on. For now, let's keep that chat trigger, which is interactive. It's nice. You can see the window of the chat is different. It has like a property window here and then the output. But when I added AI agent is a commonly used node. This has a different anatomy. It has an input. It has a so-called property that you can drag and drop it like this so that you can make more space for input or output. And you can also resize it like this. And you have an output. What does it do? In all these buttons that you can use in order to add a chat model, a memory, and a tool, which we haven't touched the tool yet. Let's add our chat model like before. Press escape and create our memory, simple memory. Now if I go back here, I'll see that these icons from the plus turn into those little icons that represents what is in the chat model. If I click it, it jumps back in that particular one. I'm gonna say just hi. I'll just say hi, that's it. So that we can execute this and then we'll see every step one at a time. If I click here, now I see something. I see an output. And this same thing happens here, but in this case, the output of the previous node is the input of this node. So you can see that this input says hi, which was an output for this one. In the output of this, it says hi. In the input of this one, it says hi. Nice. And then what's the output of this? After the properties, the output says, hello, how can I assist you? So the output of this particular chat model is a string that goes back to this chat model, this chat little box. And so is the case with memory and so on. It gets a little bit complicated, so I'm gonna just zoom out and leave it as it is. And go on and explain a few things in this area. So you can see the input output in different ways in schema, table, or JSON. Most often the schema should work. And then you see this thing called source for prompt. Is it connected based on the chat trigger or defined below? For example, if I want to build a summarizer, I can say this. Can you please summarize the following? And then click on expression. That means now you can type an expression here, and then you can drag and drop this right here. Whatever the user asked, you can drag and drop it, and then the user's chat will be summarized there. Sometimes this doesn't work. It could be a bug in n8n. Then you can type, you can see here, you can type these curly brackets, and then it will open the entire chat for you. And then you can type this, and then click on dots, and then you can see certain keys here, certain fields here, these fields that are also there. So if you click on chat input, now you see hi in here. And if you click on test step, it will try to summarize I, but I don't know, summarizing I, what would be that? It seems like you want to summarize something. Yeah, it's not right. We'll go and find out something. Okay, so we have this in the prompt. We need to send something that needs to be summarized. I'm gonna go to my Excalibur, get the entire lecture, come here, paste it, send it. Let's see what happens. So I should get back a summary of that. There we go. Now I get a summary of that, the course outline, and so on and so forth. So basically, what you can do with this kind of a technology is that this chat AI agent has three components: a chat model that you attach to it, a memory that it remembers things. For example, now I ask something else. Right now it is configured in a way that every time I ask something, it goes and summarizes it. I just want to create this so that in this scenario so that I can explain something, but I will you will see and connect the dots once you see the next lectures. And the output part of this can be shown as a table or as a schema or as a JSON, as you have seen. And the output of this can be the input of the next node. Like literally you can have a lot of nodes. For example, here we're going to have some create draft, for example, and that create draft will take the output of the summary, put it there. For example, after that, creating the draft, we can also create a Google Docs, for example, that will create a document. I'm not configuring them. I'm just putting these visuals so that you can think about this, that once it goes from one workflow, it goes to the next workflow, to the next workflow, and always the output of one becomes the input of the next one, the output of this becomes the input of that, and so on and so forth. So that was a quick, detailed overview of the AI agent node in n8n. In the next ones, we will have a look at something called webhook and how this webhook will play a role in integrating Vapi with n8n. You'll discover it in the following lectures.